Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to Auntie Derek's Daytime Tea, where we discuss the latest celebrity tea in the news. I'm your host, Auntie Derek, and with me I have two lovely co-hosts on the mic. I Chill and my gorgeous Moon. Hey, ladies.
Hello.
Hey.
And we also have the Queen of Happiness, listening. She don't like to speak too much on the mic, so we won't, pressure her to speak. But today is Wednesday, August 27th. You know I'm sure y'all saw the news about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce getting engaged and stuff. So
Oh
you,
God.
oh my, that dominated the news, honey. When I tell you, I don't think there's anything I can care about less. Maybe Donald Trump, but honey, so it was. You can imagine it was really challenging trying to get some tea to talk of for us to talk about today. But I was able to do so. So let's go ahead and jump right in.
Well, thank God, tea time.
Yes. Well, our first story, let me share this story here that I got from TMZ. And we like to start off with the latest Diddy news. So Diddy looks like he just got another legal win while he's awaiting his sentencing for the sex trafficking and racketeering trial. But one particular lawsuit, and y'all should see where it says here TMZ from TMZ. So what isn't it called like winning on a technicality or whatever?
Yeah, yeah. Uh, Statute of limitations.
Yep. So, as you all can see here, Diddy racks up another legal victory, sexual battery case tossed. While Diddy's sitting in jail awaiting sentencing in his federal criminal case, he can celebrate a win in a civil lawsuit filed by a guy who claimed the mogul drugged him and sexually assaulted him in a nightclub. The
Mm.
lawsuit was filed back in February, and the plaintiff said he was an up and coming 23-year-old artist in 2015 when he scored a gig at an LA nightclub where Diddy was in attendance. The alleged details sound like several other Diddy lawsuits. The John Doe plaintiff claimed he'd been given a drink, fell unconscious, and woke up to Diddy having unwanted sexual contact with him. In the lawsuit, filed by attorney Tony Busby, Doe also claimed Diddy threatened his future career if he resisted.
Wow.
Girl. But a New York judge says Doe waited too long to file the lawsuit in the state, and according to the order obtained by TMZ, the case is now dismissed. The judge said there was a 5-year statute of limitations when the alleged assault went down. She also noted a new law passed in 2019 extending the statute to 20 years is not retroactive and therefore does not apply to this case.
Damn shame.
Isn't it? The plaintiff had also accused Diddy's companies, Bad Boy Entertainment and Combs Enterprises, but those suits have also been dismissed. As we reported, Diddy's recently scored W's in a few other civil lawsuits filed against him. Of course, there are dozens more still active, and he'll find out his sentence in the federal case on October 3rd.
Damn.
Uh,
That's
I
kind of
feel
messed
some
up.
type of way. I
I
don't feel
do
like he
too.
like he was. It, now he did a lot of the stuff, but I feel like some of this is very opportunistic. Jump on the bandwagon, say I. I mean, they have a whole outline of what you should say, and I don't believe he was just out here raping every Tom, Dick, and Harry. Like I don't.
You don't?
Not everybody. I feel like it was more interpersonal than like, oh, how does an up and coming singer, every up and coming singer, that's what he was doing with everybody. I'm like,
I can see it though, Moon. I can see him using his influence as because he was popular even back then. He was wealthy and all of that.
yeah,
You're doing a set at a nightclub and he's in there and you're excited because maybe this person can you know advance your career. I
yeah,
see that, and this would have been a prime opportunity for his hunting grounds to
I
abuse
guess.
artists like this. I could see it because he's been a degenerate for a long time.
No,
A
he
lot of stuff
has.
he's accused of didn't just happen. They happened years
No,
ago. So I don't know, Moon.
I mean, you're right, but I'm leaning. I'm on the fence about like people being opportunistic and trying to get money
Well,
off
yeah,
of the situation.
true. I mean,
Because I feel like, yes, the people that were in his orbit that he brought in, or artists that he had signed, I definitely see all of that happening. I just, mm, I
you're
don't
gonna
know.
have
And
people
then
try to
Tony
take advantage.
Busby, and
Well,
he don't make it
that
no better.
right.
Yeah, that's literally the only thing that gives me pause. Like, okay, this person went to Tony Busby with his reputation. Like,
Yeah, and he got
Right.
what did he say? He had hundred people
mm-hmm.
that filed and
Yeah.
wanted to file a complaint about Diddy. So that's off rip. Like, mm, that's a lot of people, Tony. Come on now.
hmm And I feel like lawyers like that are just as bad as ambulance chasers. Like, they're they see a celebrity going down, and yes, they have done wrong, and so then they pile on all these people. Liars are not liars, and it starts to muddy the waters, and I don't like that.
I hear you. I hear there's a lot of opportunistic people out here, especially people that willingly go to say, "Hey, Tony Busby, could you please represent me in this civil lawsuit?" Like, yeah,
He
but
raped
I
me
tend
in 2011.
right. I tend to believe, all victims. Really, I do. But it's just that Tony Busby thing. That's literally the only thing that gives me pause about this. Like, even if it did happen, like that's the representation you. I mean, well, and maybe that's probably the only representation that was like willing to. Because I think at one point Tony Busby was like one of the few attorneys actually pursuing cases against Diddy. So I mean, I guess
Yeah,
I
it's
he
just
know.
had to have known if he's a lawyer, he had to have known the statute of limitations has run out, and the law extended into 20 years. It's not retroactive. But I mean, there's no gray area there. Like, why would he even
true.
file this
Yep.
case?
Exactly, which is weird.
You right, and I ain't even think about that, chill. Like he as an attorney, he of all people should have known about that wasn't retroactive.
First of all, right, and my take on why he filed it is that he is sowing seeds of doubt that he could use in some of these other cases that he has. He's throwing
hmm
salt out of there, trying to open up the wound and make it easier, maybe for some of these other cases to be successful, because there's no way he should not have known those two facts. I mean, those are facts. There's no way around that, right?
Hmm.
Right.
So I think he's just, pushing shit on the pile, the manure pile, to try to ease his way with these other cases. That's the only reason I can see he would do it.
Yeah, agreed.
Oops, sorry.
Well, that's that on that, honey. Does anybody want to add anything about Tony Buzzy ass or did it before we go to the next story? All right. Well, our next story. So we talked a little bit about Lil Nas X and what he was going through. We discussed him yesterday of him being released on bond. And he had a little message for us yesterday that he recorded himself. So I have an additional TMZ article here. And you see where it says Lil Nas X speaks out for the first time since Naked Arrest. And also remember I said that the way TMZ has been covering this story is just very like irresponsible. Like, ugh, I hate
Well,
it.
they are.
Yeah. Yep. What's the saying? The fish stinks from the head and Harvey Levin, honey.
hmm
Anyway, so Lil Nas X says, I'll be okay after terrifying arrest. So let's just see what he has to say in this video here.
Your girl is gonna be okay, y'all. Okay, she's gonna be all right. She's gonna be all right. That was terrifying. That was terrifying. That was a terrifying last 4 days. but your girl is gonna be all right.
You sure?
Listen, I,
He
I
looked
sure
better
hope
that
so.
night. He looked better that night than he do right now.
Oh,
I'm just saying, you might have a point there. Like, well, he been through a lot. I mean, he been in there. He doesn't have his, hair tools and all of the amenities of, his wealth provides. I can see he looks a little ragged, but if he was having a break from some kind of substance abuse, please just get help, honey. Get help.
agreed.
Agreed, agreed.
And the article goes on. It says Nas seems in good spirits after posting $75,000 bail. This despite four felony charges against him and allegations he assaulted the police officers who were trying to arrest him for his naked jaunt down Ventura Boulevard in Studio City in LA. Lil Nas X pleaded not guilty to the charges, and he seems confident here this legal storm will pass. Okay, I sure hope so.
Yeah, I don't think he'll get prison time. He may be on probation, and if they decide, I mean, I'm sure they tested him at the hospital for drugs. If he was on drugs, he may get sentenced to some kind of rehabilitation, as part of his probation and things like that. I don't see him serving any prison time for that, especially if he was under the influence. And the first time, I don't think he has a record that,
Yeah.
we know of. So, yeah, I think they'll have mercy on him, but he's going to have to get it together.
Yes, and why is you because he's not that, so what he's doing is what we call the millennial and the Gen X angle when recording videos. Like we know he doesn't see, I don't know. But
Maybe
he
you
you know
dropped
better
off.
than that.
You dropped out after you said we know what.
Oh, so as millennials and Gen X, we know like the importance of holding the phone at a high angle because if you hold it
Oh,
low, it's gonna make you look horrible, makes you look fat and dusty. Well, maybe he
oh,
wanted to look like that on purpose. I don't know.
okay. Not fat and dusty.
Look,
Angles matter, though. I get what you're saying.
angles do matter, but yeah. Oh, baby. It's a lot.
Yeah, get help. I just get help.
Get help, baby. We rooting for you. Really, we are.
Hmm. I mean that sincerely.
Hey, Beezus. Well, does anybody want to add anything about Puss in Boots before we go to the next story? Y'all, this next story. Now, I know we tired of talking about that racist ass Hulk Hogan, but baby, this story is getting juicy. The Hulk family drama. Because remember, we talked about how Brooke, the reason that this show exists, Brooke said that there was something fishy going on with all that. They need to even check the body cam footage from the responding officers or whatever. And remember how in the last article we read, Hulk Hogan's wife, Sky Daly, said that I can't remember if she said he was going to be cremated or if he is cremated. I distinctly remember her saying he is cremated, but I could be wrong.
Before
But I
we get
bring
started here, I
Mhm.
just want you to stop giving Brooke so much credit for what's going on here because I think you would have found your way to Twitter without
Oh,
her.
yeah.
Okay, I'm just saying. I'm glad she pointed you this way, but I don't think she is responsible for your rise to fame. Okay, so
well, well,
yeah.
if a health professional says it, then damn it is true. So well, the girl who is not the reason for my rise to fame, Brooke Hogan. You see where I shared here in this TMZ article, Brooke Hogan visits funeral home and praised by Hulk's body. And that's very interesting because remember, I said in the last story, the wife, Hulk's wife, said that he was cremated. So how she sitting beside the body that ain't well, it turns out he has not been cremated as of yet.
Which is really weird.
Mm-hmm. Well, I just
Oh,
tried to share my screen, but it looks like a blank screen, so it's all right. I won't share it. I'll just read the story. But Brooke Hogan confirmed with her own eyes that her dad has not been cremated. She paid homage to Hulk Hogan at a funeral home in Florida Tuesday, where she sat by his body. Sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ Brooke was not convinced her dad's body was still intact after Hulk's widow, Sky, said he would be cremated. Brooke visited the funeral home because she wanted to see if an autopsy has or would be performed on Hulk. Brooke has had a lot of questions about the circumstances surrounding Hulk's death, specifically whether opioids may have been a factor or whether there might have been foul play. She went on Bubba the Love Sponge's radio show Wednesday morning to discuss the case. Bubba was a little ticked off. TMZ broke the story about Brooke visiting the funeral home. Brooke also told Bubba that Hulk was still wearing his famous bandana. She has not been in touch with cops at the I'm sorry, excuse me. She has been in touch with cops at the Clearwater Police Department and met with police as well after she viewed the body. We're told Brooke saw body cam footage of cops responding to the 911 call. TMZ broke the story. Hulk died at his home on July 24th. We were also first to report the occupational therapist on the scene uh, told cops Hulk's phrenic nerve has been severed during a recent surgery. The phrenic nerve connects to the diaphragm, which controls breathing. Cops have told TMZ they are conducting a death investigation, yet they never asked the medical examiner to conduct an autopsy. Sky
what?
told us a yep, Sky told us a private autopsy had been performed, but declined to reveal the results. So y'all think Brooke might be on to something, honey? Something fishy going on?
Well, first of all, why did they not want an autopsy? That is, especially after the therapist giving them the information about a possible medical issue. Okay. This story is getting really weird.
hmm And she wanted to keep, even though that, like, I know he had a a funny relationship with Brooke. But when it came to the son, as far as I remember, I think the son and he were still pretty close. I'm guessing. I don't know this to be true or not. But the fact that Sky wanted to keep both of the kids, out of the dealings with do the private autopsy. Well, I get, not wanting to reveal it to the public, but you don't want to reveal it to their family either. Like, why does Brooke have to go to the police department and all this when like this is it's strange.
That could be a factor because a public autopsy would definitely be subject to um, public consumption. You couldn't hold that information back as public records. Maybe the coroner relented to let them have a private autopsy as long as one was done. It didn't have to be done by the public, coroner. So I don't know. Famous people have special circumstances. Maybe that's why it was private.
hmm
Mhm.
Well, I'm 100% sure this is not the last time we are going to hear about Hulk Hogan and Brooke and this family drama. So,
Oh, wow. Hmm. Well,
yeah.
it
Unfortunately,
sounds like it sounds like he married the woman that he deserved.
oh, oh, oh. Well,
Mm, mm.
well. On that note, did anybody want to add anything about Hulk Hogan or the woman he deserved to marry before we go to the next story?
No, but I hope
read,
Linda is doing well.
read the comment.
Oh, hopefully the last time you credited Brooke.
Thank you, commenter. Thank you.
I guess sure, okay. Y'all just know I'm big on giving credit where it's due. So,
Okay, but
Yes.
mm-mm.
Well,
You giving
I
her a
hope.
black card? It's one of them prepaids here. Okay.
oh no, she don't have no black card. She can't come to the cookout, honey, with that potato salad with the raisins in it. Absolutely not. But if it were not for her MySpace bulletin post, I would have. Well, maybe I
Yeah.
would have, but probably much later. But I
You
Mm,
definitely
would
wouldn't have
have.
done it in March of 2009,
Right.
and the rest is history.
You would
yeah.
have gotten here eventually.
A bit.
Eventually.
But look here. I hope Linda, who had to put up with that for umpteen years, I hope she is doing well
Who is that?
and
His
is
first wife?
mhm,
Uh-huh.
Okay.
and doing her best.
Yes, honey. Y'all remember when that scandal broke, honey? Because that's how I remember. Well, I did watch a little bit of the show when it came on VH1. And when that scandal broke with their friend and uh Hulk was sleeping with his friend's wife and all that, and
That
Linda
was
was
so.
distraught. And yeah, I
Oh,
remember
she
all
didn't
that.
deserve that. She put up with his raggedy ass for so long.
Hmm.
Anyway,
Well, our next story, y'all, Marcellus Brown. Remember, we talked about him quite a bit too, honey, with his crazy ass stabbing that man up out in the parking lot.
mm,
So they have a health update on the man that he stabbed,
oh,
and this is yeah, it seems like he's recovering. He's doing okay. I mean, of considering. But y'all should
mm,
see this TMZ link says Jalen Brown's dad parking lot rival faces long challenging recovery. Team
Mm-hmm.
says,
He probably has
yeah.
a um ostomy bag because if he stabbed him and his guts was falling out, he probably had to read out that how people have ostomy bag, colostomy, ileostomy bags until
Mm-hmm.
his gut is repaired. I mean, yeah, he ain't better is a relative term here, you know.
Yep. Well, child, the man involved in a violent parking lot dispute with Jalen Brown's father, Marcellus, faces a long and challenging road to recovery. This, according to his team, which stated this week the incident has changed his life. I can imagine. The Las Vegas Youth Football Organization shared an update on Tuesday, almost a week after the former boxer was arrested for allegedly stabbing coach Cross Tupuola at All American Park.
Mm, mm, mm.
Cross Tupuola, our beloved brother, uncle, football coach, and proud father, recently suffered a horrific tragedy that changed his life for him and his family in an instant, the team said on Instagram. While Cross remains strong and fights daily, he now faces a long, challenging road ahead to recovery. The team launched a fundraiser for Coach Tupuola, claiming his family will need financial help with physical therapy and medical care during his recovery. With him being the sole provider of his family, this tragedy will affect his family's financial situation tremendously, the team said. Let's help lessen the worry for his family and get them as much help support they need. Continue to lift Coach Cross and his family in your prayers. We appreciate you all. As previously reported, the alleged victim's girlfriend told police on the August 20th altercation started after Brown dinged their vehicle when he opened the passenger side door of a Lincoln Navigator. The woman said Tupuola checked the damage and Brown shrugged it off before calling him a bitch ass and walking away. The woman claimed the two got into a verbal altercation and were ready to square up, but when Cross turned his back, Marcellus began stabbing him. The police report said Tupuola suffered upper right chest clavicle area, a defensive wound on his left hand that penetrated his tendons, a slice wound that necessitated his partial gastrectomy to remove part of his digestive system,
Mm-hmm.
eviscerated bowels, and a broken right rib that may require surgery to repair. Oh, he fucked him up, honey.
Tried to kill that man. I'm telling you. He's lucky
Yep.
he didn't die.
Brown's attorney, Arnold Weinstock, which we talked about here, claimed Marcellus was acting in self-defense,
Whatever.
insisting Tupuola pistol whipped him during the altercation.
Every time I hear that, it just makes my stomach turn.
Like, really,
Auntie,
you big ass mother, really?
little crooked, beady-eyed bully.
And then it ends with Brown, who's 57, was arrested and charged with attempted murder. His NBA champion son has not publicly commented on the matter, and he probably won't.
Good. Don't say nothing. Oh, it just boils my blood just to see this, what this man did
Yep.
over a ding car. I mean, because he didn't give a fuck. He's so big, he don't, that's probably his whole attitude. You say anything to him, he don't give a fuck because he big enough to probably kill you if he wanted to.
hmm
Hate that.
Well, even though y'all probably saw it on the thumbnail, the screen share is finally working now. So I wanted to share it so that way you all can see Coach Cross's picture. And this
Hmm.
is him here.
He pistol whipped him. That's so absurd. It's beyond absurd.
Hmm. Well, that's that on that, honey. Does anybody want to add anything else about Mr. Marcellus Brown before we go to the next story?
Lock him up.
Hello. And while he's locked up, make sure you have anything that could be take away. Just matter of fact, just give that motherfucker cotton. He gotta find a way to make a spoon out of cotton because he don't need nothing that can be sharpened or used as a shank.
Nothing. Right? Yeah, he's gonna be a problem. I already see it. Yeah.
Yep.
He going to prison as he deserves to go for a long time. He's out of control.
Yeah, well, this what it so speaking of out of control, honey, this next story we have Cardi B finally testifies in a civil trial with that security guard that she got into it with. Child, and y'all see I have this TMZ article. Cardi B testifies in civil trial, says she called the security guard bitch. So let me get this shared screen here. So y'all should see where it says here, Cardi B says security guard was being a bitch as she testifies in the civil trial. Hopefully this video doesn't play. So Cardi B is telling her side of the story in a civil trial with a former security guard. And she says she called the woman a bitch for recording her in a doctor's office. The Bodak Yellow rapper took the stand Tuesday and testified that she was walking through a Beverly Hills obstetrician's office while 4 months pregnant in 2018 when a security guard at the building, Imani Ellis, started following her and recording her on a smartphone. Cardi says she confronted the woman and they got in each other's faces in the hallway and called each other all sorts of nasty names, including bitch. Cardi B testifies things never got physical, despite Ellis's claim on the stand Monday that Cardi took a swing at her and used her long fingernail to slice open her left cheek. Cardi says Ellis is way bigger than her and she wouldn't try to attack her, instead, extending verbal jabs. While Cardi said Ellis was recording her with a phone, she testified she never saw the alleged footage. The trial stems from a lawsuit we first reported, and now the women have taken their beef to the witness stand. And I don't know if y'all saw the video, but it was one
I
hey
did.
Jamaica Queen.
Where
It
she's
was
being cross-examined. Oh my
when you
God.
asked her about her hair, talking about, well, your hair was short yesterday, or it's black yesterday, but it's blonde today. And Carter had to say, it's a wig.
Stupid ass. That's stupid. Well, which one is the real you? Oh my God. This is that girl's lawyer. Oh baby, you ain't gonna get nothing.
Well, she probably won't. But but when you listen to her, so even though this story may be very fabricated, it does sound in line of things that Cardi B might do in the middle of an altercation. So let's just play this quick clip of what Miss Ellis had to say on the scene.
Oh yeah.
What were the words that she used that were so hurtful?
She used a lot of words. And again, excuse my language, but she was like, that's why I'm gonna beat your. I'm gonna get you fired. That's why you do security. That's why you do security. She was sticking her tongue out. She was flailing her arms up and down. She was jumping up and down, body shaming me. I mean, racial slurs, just a lot.
And did she spit on you?
She did.
Did her spit actually land on your body?
It did.
So, I don't know if y'all giggled as much as I did, but she said, "Excuse my language, beep," and
Right. I'm
I'm a
like, what did you
beep.
say?
And and
Yeah.
and
Okay.
if I was at my obstetrician's office trying to get a pregnancy appointment done, and you're supposed to be a professional security guard of the building,
Mhm.
but you following me and taking pictures, yeah, you're getting called out your name. Oh
Yep.
well,
She deserved that.
that you weren't
All
being
of that anger.
professional. Yeah. You are being professional and you are violating her rights. But that's what they do. They're trying to provoke these celebrities, and then
She could have said, "Oh, can I take a picture, with you?" But all that
right.
following her and recording her, no, baby, you was wrong
Mhm.
for that.
Mhm.
Mhm.
People look, they don't know how to act.
And I know, and she was pregnant. I don't think Carter's gonna try and fight her while she's pregnant. But I know she,
That's what I was thinking.
all
Yeah,
them words she was saying. I
she was
believe
doing
that.
all that, jumping up and down, sticking out her
Mhm.
tongue. I can see her doing that.
Mhm.
Oh boy,
Well, did anybody want to add anything about Cardi B or that security guard before we go to the next story?
you was being a bitch, girl. Hey, Maria.
Yes, and shout out to my Jamaican queen.
Hey, Marcia.
Well, this next story. So remember, not too long ago, we talked about Missy Elliott and how she was currently in court where somebody was trying to sue her because he claimed that he co-wrote a lot of songs from her R&B group Sister.
Mm.
Well, it looks like Missy Elliott actually just settled that case out of court.
Hmm.
Yep, and y'all see I have this all hip hop link, and let me go here. You all should see where it says here Missy Elliott settles co-writing lawsuit. So Missy Elliott quietly closed the chapter on a years-long legal fight over songwriting credits just days before the case was set to go before a jury. The hip hop icon reached a settlement with producer Terry Williams, who alleged he co wrote multiple tracks on Sister's 1994 album, All for the Sisters Around the World, but was never credited or paid. The lawsuit, filed in 2018, focused on Elliott's early work with the R&B girl group before her breakout solo career. Williams, a former Philadelphia studio owner, claimed he and Elliott collaborated on 4 songs from the project and sought royalties dating back nearly 3 decades. He accused Elliott of cutting him out of the credits and financial compensation. Elliott has consistently denied the accusations. In court documents, she stated that Williams did not write a single lyric or any sorry. She stated that Williams did not write a single lyric or in any manner contribute to any of the songs. The dispute was resolved without a trial, and Elliott's legal team emphasized that the outcome favored their client. No money was paid in connection with any of Terry Williams' claims, the last remnants of which were dismissed, her attorney told Billboard. So I need somebody, I need an attorney or somebody who does law work to explain this to me like I'm five. Cause what I thought when you settle a case, that means like some type of money was but based on that last line, um, let's say no money was paid in connection with any of Terry Williams's claims. So and the remnants of which were dismissed. So I'm how you settle a lawsuit and nobody I don't hey.
Yeah, that language is confusing because usually a settlement means you paid them off.
Or maybe she threatened to beat his ass. I don't. And he was just like, you know what, Missy will do that. So let me chill. I don't want no smoke, Missy Elliott. We good. Maybe
Or
that's
Yeah.
how
maybe
that
she
conversation happened.
gave him um, access to future royalties of some type
Maybe.
from
Oh
the
yeah.
from the music, but didn't get give him a specific money amount to dismiss the lawsuit. Yeah.
But I don't think that girl group is. I don't think they're. Are they? Is there even circulation of the music? Like,
Honestly, I don't think so. Sister, for me, and I'm a huge Missy Elliott fan, but for me to like hear any of Sister's music, I have to actively go look for it.
right? You dropped again, Auntie. Mm.
So, well, congrats to her. This one less thing she got to worry about. What does anybody want to add? Anything else to about this icon before we go to the next story?
No.
Well, our next story, Just out of curiosity, is anybody in the room familiar with a rapper that goes by the name of Drakeo? Was it Drakeo the Ruler?
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
Oh, well, from what I understand, I'm personally not familiar with him either, but I understand like he's popular in LA or out of LA. And he's a rapper who passed away in 2021, I believe. But his father is actually going around stating that Kendrick Lamar pretty much stole Drakeo the Ruler's whole flow.
Oh my
And
God.
Mm,
Mm,
mhm.
mm-mm, mm-mm.
we don't know who he is, but Kendrick stole his flow. Okay.
No, no, no.
You
Mm-mm,
know
I
what?
just love before I even started reading, I just heard boy bad
mm-mm.
I love it.
Y'all, they doing too much, Auntie. They doing too much.
Benji gave 100. I guess Benji knows who that person is.
Okay, one of
Okay.
And shout out to Bianca. Hey, boo.
maybe.
Hey,
Oh,
Slayanka and Benji. Well, as we always coming in, I was talking now just out of curiosity, Slayanka, because I know you a LA queen. Are you familiar with Drakeo the Ruler? Or were you familiar with him when he was alive? Just out of curiosity. Oh, we miss you too, boo.
Give us a 100 if you were.
She said, I'm an old lady. I have no idea who that
so no.
is. Well, y'all should see where it says here Drakeo the Ruler's dad claims Kendrick Lamar used son's style without credit because of politics.
Mm,
So Drakeo the Ruler was one of the most essential artists in the development of modern day LA hip hop scene. He tragically passed away in 2021 after being stabbed during an altercation prior to a YG concert. His death sent shockwaves through the community, and his influence is felt today.
Leave your mic.
Drakeo's father, Drakeo's father recently stopped by No Jumper to sit down with Adam 22 for a wide-ranging interview. One of the topics that came up had to do with Kendrick Lamar's GNX album. The album, which was released in November 2024 after his highly publicized battle with Drake, paid tribute to the modern West Coast. There are several tracks on the album, and Not Like Us before it, that fans cited as cuts that sounded like something inspired by Drakeo, such as Peekaboo or Squabble Up. Adam 22 pointed out that other California rappers have directly shouted him out when they do something inspired by his music. He also noted that Lamar did not. When he asked how that made him feel, Drakeo's father offered an interesting response. I'm not a big Kendrick Lamar listener to his music. I'm really picky with music. I heard this one song of his, and I'm like, wait, I didn't know if I was listening to a Drakeo song that I just didn't hear yet. I'm like, oh, this is one of my songs that I haven't heard yet. He didn't name the song in the interview, but recalled being shocked to learn that it was from Lamar. The rhyme pattern, the syncopation, all of that was the same. As far as him giving him the props, maybe it was a politics thing. At some point, you got to keep it real. Kendrick Lamar has paid a lot of tributes to other fallen West Coast acts, perhaps most notably Tupac and Nipsey Hussle. However, it is surprising that he has not named Drakeo as one of those artists. Drakeo was also not honored at the pop out in June of 2024, a surprising omission. At this point, it seems that all Drakeo's father want is for his son to receive some credit. And that's his father right here.
uh-uh, uh-uh. Everybody got a get rich quick scheme under their belt.
Hey, favorite Taurus, but these comments, you got me crack up. I'm so tired of these motherfuckers dying and everybody want to be mad about something, mourn and shut the fuck up because who the fuck is Drakeo? I'm
That part.
sorry.
That part. Now you the daddy, of course. He is your
N-
world. He is the best thing since sliced bread. But who,
Did they
who?
have a sample in the article that we could, judge for ourselves of
Um,
Drakeo? Do you
I
know who that is?
I don't. I've never heard like I haven't heard one song, and if I did, I didn't know it was him.
I
Okay.
didn't know
Yeah.
nothing about him to even know he was dead until just now. Who? What?
Mm.
Oh, hey, favorite Taurus, go ahead.
Hello, hello. I have a question, right? So his name is Drakeo the Ruler, if I'm reading
Mm.
that correctly. What is he ruling?
The
The
underworld.
afterlife.
Okay.
They say, and if you're going on no jumper to plead a case, it's a dud. Ooh, ooh.
That part.
Wake it up, young Karen.
Bianca hitting it. I was thinking the same thing. Mhm. Hey, Charlotte.
Oh, oh, it's Carrie. But hi, Marie. How are you?
I know you dreamed about it being Carrie last night, but it's Charlotte.
Carrie. Right, thank you.
Ooh,
Char-
C- c-
ooh.
Carrie. Thank you.
And then, oh, we have a comment from Jamaican Queen saying he ruled the dead. Hmm. You can call him what's the man who Persephone's husband. Why can't I say what is Persephone's husband name who rules the underworld? Ain't he Zeus's brother? What is
Hades.
it? Hades, thank you. I don't know why his name escaped me. Oh, well, uh this
I,
next
I'm
story, y'all.
ruling anything there either. But okay, let's go.
Oh, y'all, this next story, it is a sad day. I'm embarrassed, y'all, because anytime that I agree with anything that Charleston White says, you
Oh, it's
know.
a problem. It's a
Oh my God. I hate when this man makes sense. Because unfortunately, sometimes he says things and it makes sense. It's just that because he is who he is, child,
well. This will be
anyway.
the only time I know of that. If
Well,
you're saying
I
this,
mean,
this will be my
Ama-
first time hearing it. Okay.
I
Yeah,
mean,
because
Amanda
I agree.
Seals be right sometimes, but she still be wrong a lot of the other time.
Mm-mm. But y'all see where it says here, I have this hot new hip hop article. You see, Charleston White says he's hoping Bootsy Badass gets the max sentence in his gun case.
Who
Oh. Oh
ain't
wow.
he been in legal trouble too? Well, that's messy.
And not only did he say that, he prayed about it, y'all. It was crazy.
Wow.
But um Charleston White went off on Bootsy Badass in another trolling post on social media as caught by DJ Academics. Mm. In doing so, he remarked that he's hoping the rapper gets the maximum sentence in his federal gun case, and he's set to finally attend his sentencing hearing. Boosie took a plea deal in the case earlier this month. So, taking to Instagram, let's watch what Charleston had to say about it, child. It was, girl.
Matter of fact, right now, Father, every knee go bow, every tongue go. Boosie knee ain't bowed yet, God, because he still upholds the world and the streets and the same thing that you are against sexual lust and perversion, God. God, you say you don't avenge nothing, but what about Boosie victims, God? He don't need to suffer, God, but give him justice. Give him justice with no mercy, God. Let the white man have him. Since he got so much hate against police, Father God, let him fall into the hands of the very thing that he hates. Because you said, love thy neighbor and love thy brother. And Boosie refused to love a gay person. He refused to love a white man. He refused to love a police officer, God. So lay him in the hands of the thing that he hates so he can submit and learn to love God because love conquers all. Make Boosie love the police, Father God. In Jesus' name I pray. And I plead the blood of Jesus on the handcuffs. Just go put Boosie in jail when they give him his time. I plead the blood of Jesus on the hands of whatever white man that's gonna put them cuffs on Boosie's ass that they put him on tight. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
That,
Wow. Oh my. You know what? He need to come get your ass and you go with him.
to be
Wow.
honest.
Uh-uh.
Okay.
Both of y'all need to go. That is crazy, Auntie.
When he dig a ditch, he need to dig a double.
And they say, well, that empty space from his missing guy got to be filled with something. Oh, and then say, somebody said, let the white man have him. That is so crazy. It's, it's a mess. But I mean, look, when it comes to like What one thing I noticed about Charleston White when he starts talking about like black men and black men in the community, and if he feels that you are, even though he is one himself, to be honest, but if he feels that you're a danger to that community, like somebody like King Von, for example, he was very much against King Von because of all the killings that King Von has done, and he was the one that pretty much woke it up that serial King Von was a serial killer. So he gets it right sometimes, but you still got he be cooning too much for me to even take what he says to make sense seriously, honey.
I mean, a
Oh,
clock be right twice a day.
hmm. Go ahead, favorite Taurus.
Well, Miranda, that's a digital clock, and that shit is all the way broken, so it's never right. Right?
It ain't never right, right?
It's not even
You're
on.
right.
So
You're
my
right.
thing is this, Auntie, I definitely hear where you're coming from. I just have a slightly different perspective on the whole thing. Charleston White is like the quintessential example of having a crabs in a barrel mentality.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is, yes, he may speak against some things or some people who have caused harm to the community. However, comments only to the extent of boosting his own ego and his own profile to make him appear as though he is for the community. When in reality, his actions more times than not have not. And it blows me how people will weaponize the religion that they belong to as a way to get back at somebody when in most of the documentation it says not to do that, so I'm actually doing the complete opposite of what they're attempting to do. So
Yeah.
it's I will say this on a recorded line, I do not care. I'm still very surprised that his one working eye is still opening every day, and he has mm, how do I say this? Vitality hasn't left his organic matter. There it is.
Oh my God. You better
Most
preach.
times, to be sure, he constantly getting into squabbles with people. So, yeah, it could happen any day now. And I feel like that little prayer he said could definitely backfire and go right up his ass.
A little
Hmm.
boomerang.
Well,
Hmm.
chill. Well, sorry, Bianca. One more thing, I'll let Bianca have it. Well, to your point, today is August 27th.
Okay, go ahead, Bianca.
Good morning, everyone. I was going to say a clock skips a tick even when the batteries are in it sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But as far as Charleston White, that coon motherfucker needs to sit down somewhere, and I hope someone punches him in the other eye so maybe he'll shut the fuck up. Because honestly, him saying he's doing all of this and that for the community and this and that and the third, he's not. And he is very vile. He is very dangerous to our black youth. And I don't even know why people are still allowing him to even have a voice in media. I think that's
Mm-hmm.
where the problem lies. I think media has a responsibility to, yes, get the other side, but also know when someone doesn't deserve a microphone, especially with dangerous rhetoric. I feel like he rides the fence a lot where he's pro black, yet you sound like a maggot to
Hmm.
me. And I don't like that. That to me, that's very dangerous, especially in our community. So, yes, he is not part of us. He is over there with them. I don't know that man. And I hope one day that he really learns his lesson because he keeps playing with fire. And even when he gets burned, he comes back to play with fire again. So it's going to come to a point where that man ain't going to have a voice in real life because someone's going to get sick of his shit and what he's doing, or he's going to put himself in a bind where he is not going to be able to get himself out of. So until that happens, because there's a whole bunch of people on my list that shouldn't even be here, but I'm not God. But I do ask him what's going on up there. Is his voicemail full? I don't know what's happening, but things need to start happening.
Girl, he ain't even checking his voicemail, honey. He is busy. Well, that's that on that. I say I definitely
Maybe I
appreciate
should
what y'all
send
have
a
to say
text
about it.
message, maybe a text message. Maybe he'll see that.
I need him to
An
pencil in
email,
cankles.
something.
I need him to pencil in cankles and make taco tip. And
Yo,
he's the
that shit
he's the
had me
famous.
weak. Kankle McTaco Tits is the best name ever. That shit had me
Shout out
on
to
the
the
floor
girls.
for days.
Shout out to the
I
girls.
love those white women. I have to say,
Me
honey, those
too.
ladies, they crack me up, honey.
Matter of fact, after we get off of here, I'm gonna watch some of their videos. I love them. Shout out to the girls of the Bears. She said the Gatriots, the Patriots. Shout out to all of them, the Black Patriots. I love them.
I
The-
love the one where they were talking about who was unfuckable. That shit was
Mhm.
funny as
The
fuck.
most unfuckable.
Hilarious.
I love them. And
I'm
well, does
sorry I
anybody
was
want
late.
to? Girl, but it, honey, you are never late here. Whatever time you come is on time.
been waiting for you to show up. Be happy.
I know. I know. It's sometimes we have meetings at 9 when you get my time when you start, so it's so hard. But I be trying to get over here.
No, we are very much aware of, because we are daytime tea. So the time that we do this show, y'all are busy making money at work, honey. So a lot of times, people have to talk with their work voice, like my gorgeous moon, which we love. Hey, you participate any way that you can, honey. It is all good.
Yes, and happy. I don't want to sign in and out of here no more. I want to just be able to enter, and that's it. You got
It
me
won't
trying
happen.
to remember passwords and shit. I don't remember.
I gotta do it too.
Yeah, I
I
got, and
feel
it's
you.
funny because like I either come in with Twitter or Facebook, and I can never remember. It takes me like literally. I was trying to get on here for like 10 minutes, and then I finally got in because I didn't try to lock myself out of Facebook again like I did last time.
Which reminds me, listeners, update your passwords every 3 months. It is a
Oh
good
yeah.
practice.
No, so if you go into your iPhone, you can see your passwords and it'll tell
Mhm.
you data leaks. So Facebook is one of them. I'm going to change mine. Twitter's another
Yep.
one. There's been a lot of data leaks with these apps, so please change your passwords, especially if you're banking online, change that
Hmm.
too. And
Yeah.
I would
Y'all heard
suggest
her.
change it all at the same time so you can change it all at the same time.
Yep.
Now, just out of curiosity, do y'all let I actually don't like because I hate those little suggested passwords that they use, but do y'all allow Apple to do y'all passwords for you?
Hell
Yep.
no, because if I'm on a computer, not on my phone, I can't remember caps, letters, symbols, and all that
Hello?
shit. 13,000 fucking. No, I can't.
I do. I do it on my iPad, but not. I never let it say, save my banking password or any password that is to any financial institution or anything like that. No, we don't play that. But like Twitter and Facebook, yeah, I have those on my iPad. And if I can't sign in on my phone, I will be in trouble because I don't know them by heart.
Hmm.
I would say Facebook is the
Cindy.
worst one. Facebook gets me my personal Facebook, not the one that I be using for work. Ugh. Every time I don't know what be going on with their little 2 factor, 3 factor, 5 factor, whatever it is. They need to get it together because I am this close to just deleting it and telling everybody, hey, go over to the professional page, same name, same
Girl, what
because
what
I'm
it
sick of them.
is Mark Zuckerberg selling all our information on that
I'm
motherfucker. That's
sick
what.
of them, and I don't like going over to the other page because it's I technically for work, so my timeline is set for work stuff, so I like to keep them separate. But I may have to just be like shut down the other one.
No, that's right. Hey, favorite Taurus.
It's only going to be 97 degrees today, guys. What's for lunch?
Don't start this shit.
Chicken wings, chicken wings.
I love chicken wings.
Me
I think I
too.
want me some grits.
Ew.
Grits and
Ooh,
eggs.
yeah.
Mm-mm.
Fried chicken and grits.
Yeah.
Mm.
I forgot Willie. He don't fuck with it.
Mm-mm.
Well, yeah, that's what. It's funny Will said it because that's what the court son said to YWM Melly or YMW Melly, excuse me. They said because honey, he just lost his latest lawsuit, and I have that story here by way of All Hip Hop that talks about it. And let me get here. So you should all see here where it says YN, I get his name, all these damn acronyms, honey. His name is YNW Melly, and YNW Melly loses lawsuit over harsh jail conditions.
You ain't gonna never win against the city, the county, or the government. You ain't gonna never
He
win
Hmm.
no
looked like
lawsuit against them.
he got an eye issue.
He got something issue, honey, because he's this you. And if y'all remember, this is the one that killed his friend and did that song about it, and they were able to use his lyrics against him in court.
Hmm.
Okay, yeah, I do remember. Okay, I didn't know his name. Okay.
Mm,
Dumbass.
wake it up. Well, YNW Melly, aka Dumbass, has lost his lawsuit in which he alleged that his constitutional rights are being violated as he remains behind bars, awaiting retrial in a double murder case. According to All Hip Hop's Grouchy Greg Watkins, U.S. Magistrate Judge Melissa Damian dismissed the rapper's habeas corpus petition on Tuesday. Melly originally filed the 12-page complaint back in November of 2024. In her ruling, Damien stated that Melly needs to exhaust all available state level options before seeking help in a federal court. Despite the result for Melly, he can refile, as Damien made her ruling without prejudice. As for Melly's initial lawsuit, he alleged that he was being kept in complete isolation and was unable to contact his legal team on several occasions. According to the Florida Courier, the complaint alleged that the conditions shocked the conscience and could not even be imagined, even in a third world country that has no guardrails protecting human decency and dignity. So, Melly has been behind bars since 2019 when authorities charged him with 2 counts of first degree murder related to the deaths of YNW Juvie and YNW Sack Chaser. He has pled not guilty. His lawyer said that the jurors failed to reach a unanimous verdict on the charges against him. January of 2027. Melly's trial date was postponed from September 10th early this year. Throughout the process, Melly's family has voiced their support for him on social media. Never missed the court date. His mother, Jamie Demons King, captioned a picture of the family attending one of his hearings earlier this year. We stand behind you 100%, and then tagged him. I love you, and God has you covered. Thank you for De La Honey. Thank you, De La Honey, for the jacket. Melly originally achieved mainstream success with the release of his 2018 song "Murder on My Mind," child. And this is the picture his mama was talking about.
Mm.
So
Honey,
you tag your son who's in prison? I hate that. Don't be stupid.
girl got his jacket on. That's the jacket she talking about with his face on it, and he looked just like the Joker.
Alrighty.
Boo.
These little
I,
delusional mothers. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that.
yeah, I it's all weird. Like I understand that black people are disproportionately affected by the jail system, but some people are bad actors and need to be in jail. Like this guy here. I'm sorry. I'm
But you
not an
know what?
abolitionist.
I hate that when they get an opportunity finally, they fuck it up. Like, I don't understand that. He had a chance to take his mama out the hood, all the things that they rap about, all the things
Mm-hmm.
that they dream about, and, go through all these changes and sign a contract. Basically, they're saying they sign their life away to do what exactly?
Throw their life away.
By killing
It's
your
crazy.
Ain't that crazy?
So crazy.
Make a song about your crime. I mean, you can't get
Just
any more
stupid.
stupid than that.
Stupid.
And I hate that I actually enjoyed the song. I got murder on my
No, it was
mind.
a good song. I'm not gonna lie. It was a good little song, but
Because we thought he was just talking, girl. We didn't know that. We was like, oh, wait, you're serious. Oh.
Mm-mm. Just stupid.
Well, speaking of mamas, and their jailbird sons, honey, and did anybody want to add anything about this story before we go to the next one?
Mm.
He needs some lab work. Check his liver. Next.
yeah, cause his eyes, something going
That
on
one
there.
is that one is really close to the bridge of his nose. Real close. I don't know.
If anybody in Broward County, if you're listening, honey, this is a retired health professional. She knows what she's talking about. He needs some blood work.
Blood work.
Well, honey, Carlissa Saffold, honey, y'all know Blueface's mama, who's been in the news quite a bit.
Oh,
Jesus.
What's she doing now?
Well, she said, honey, the reason that her son is in jail, well, excuse me, her sons, plural, the reason that they're both in jail is because they be disrespecting their mama.
Mm.
you
So,
raised them. Shut up.
listen. So I have this link here from All Hip Hop that talks about it. And you should see where it says here, Blueface's mom, Carlissa Saffold, calls his prison sentence the cost of disrespect. So Carlissa Saffold, Blueface's mother, raised a few eyebrows earlier this month. She took to Instagram to promote a homecoming celebrity bash for her son. He has been in prison since August of 2024 after a probation violation. The event caused some speculation that Blueface would be returning home after a little bit over a year. That was not the case. Now, Saffold is further addressing her son's incarceration. In a clip caught by Live Bites on Instagram, Saffold talks about God as it relates to Blueface's time in prison. And we actually have the clips in here so we can just go ahead and see what she has to say.
Do we? Oh,
Yeah, because it's whoo child. It's
yeah.
something. So, and it's 3 video clips, just a heads up. So here's the first one.
I mean, just like my sons got on here calling me all kinds of names, I knew it wasn't going. I knew it was going to cost them. I knew it. I said, "Ooh, shit! I done did too much for you to get out here and lie on me and do me dirty. And I done taught you about playing revenge. Revenge belongs to the Lord. That is scripture. Now, if you don't know Bible and you don't know nothing about the Bible, ho, you better know. When you start seeking revenge and messing with his what he got going on with people and and getting in their way, just like my sons did me, they not sitting in jail for no other reason other than disrespecting their mama, and they know that. They know that. They know how God feel about me. They know how God work about me because they know I ain't gonna put nothing and no one before
Mm,
God or before them.
mm.
Okay? They knew it when they said it, and they probably tried to repent, but he said, I'm gonna accept it and I'm gonna go show you how important it is.
So that's the first clip. And I just want to say, like, this kind of reminds me of what Will just made a point of about how people use their religion to weaponize like bad treatment against somebody else. But anyway, let's see the second clip.
To never do that to your mama. Your mama done damn near caught cases behind you. Went to bed hungry behind you. Okay? Went to war education for your education. Went to war for y'all to get scholarships. Went to war for y'all to be just be good men in this earth. Sat in the car. Whose mom sat in the car while y'all went to the movies on a date? Make sure don't none of the thugs and the gangbangers be out there waiting. I'm in the car waiting with my shotgun on my sons to come out, wishing a motherfucker would. I would get in the bushes and play like I'm a whole nigga. Press my titties down and shave my head bald. Them niggas would think a nigga came about my sons and my daughters. So can you please tell me why them niggas thought it was gonna be okay? They know the Lord. They know how God feel about me. They watched every man that played with me right now. They
And the last clip. I promise it's the last one, y'all.
She lost the war on education, but okay.
know you don't play with certain people. So they sitting there and they thinking about it and they apologize, and I'm still here. I'm their mama. I'm not going nowhere. I'm not sitting over here mad, waiting on nobody to get in trouble by God. I don't want God to get you in trouble, but what I do know is that you won't be able to stop it, just like my son's sitting there right now and can't stop it. They can't stop what God said. You got to sit here and know that that's your mama, and that what you did to your mama cost. Even though you sorry, and even though you realize what you did, he making sure you know when you leave this time you don't never play with your mama again. I don't give a fuck how many hoes in these streets you play with. You don't play with your mama. And you definitely don't play with no mama that's been there for you. How can God accept you into heaven and respect him if you can't respect the person that's been there in the flesh for you?
Well, that's what Calissa had to say about it, honey. So, oh, go ahead, favorite Taurus.
Whew. Okay. So a couple things. I'll keep it at a couple because I don't want to hold up. I won't take up too much time. This is a telltale sign of a single mother looking for her sons to replace the man in the home. It's a telltale sign of that. I also cannot. She's talking about the word of God. Like, how do you expect people to understand the word of God when they can't even read cat in the hat? Let's start there. Okay. And the last thing, and it goes back to my previous point about people weaponizing religion. The point is this: like, if you want to quote a scripture, quote the entire passage. Yes, it does say honor your mother and thy father. What's the other part though? Don't bring your children to anger. And people tend to forget that part. So I'm not sure if she knows how to read cat in the hat, but
Wake it up.
there's more to it than that, and she's doing the complete opposite of what she said she's not going to do, because essentially she is saying, ha ha, y'all got in trouble, but guys, under I've been there all this time. They didn't ask you to bust it open, spread it wide. You could have used your butt those nights, but you didn't.
Yeah.
And now we gotta deal with your ratchet ass sons. Whose fault is that? It's yours. you know and it's very disappointing, but it also um it makes a lot of sense in regards to the not only the people that they've grown up to be, but also their selection in romantic partners. I can't even call them girlfriends or wives or what have you. Romantic partners and people they decide to lay down and procreate with, unfortunately. So the fish stings at the head. She reminds me a lot of Evelyn Braxton,
Oh, 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 oh,
minus the talented family. That's all.
oh. I know that's right. Go ahead, Slay Uncle.
To say the Lord and I'll take my titties down and look like a nigga in the same sentence, I can't. That is all I have to say.
That part had me cracking up, honey.
That was wild. And the fact
Hey,
that she's in Bush, sitting with a shotgun waiting on her sons to come out the movies, why would she have to be doing that if they were such upstanding citizens? First of all, who is she protecting them from? The streets that they're running? I
mm-hmm.
mean, that alone that's two different stories right there. Like, you shouldn't even have to do that if your sons were on the up and up and doing what they're supposed to do, right?
And scholarships to where? A free
Child.
ride to jail?
Oh,
That one Blueface, he had a
mm-hmm.
football scholarship at one particular time or something like that, football or basketball, something. Um,
Oh.
but honey, you saying protecting him from gangs. The first song that he came out with, he was well. I mean, it was about a woman, but also it was very heavily gang coded, Crip.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what point was she protecting him from the gangs and the streets, because that was calm. And all that ghetto-ness and you being out here in the forefront, Jesus, it was some of the worst. All that God and talking about this and then cussing and the same thing. Oh, bye. You running me low.
Girl, from the energy in this room, honey, I think she done ran everybody in this room low, honey. Because,
She could have
but
kept
Try-
all of
She
that.
she
Shut up.
kind of trying to be famous too. That's what that is.
Real quick, Happy, if you're listening, can you add Zelle and Venmo to the tip jar, please? Because I don't have Cash App.
oh no, that's you're able to put any link that you wanted. I just put my Cash App link. So that's but you can anybody who wants to host a podcast on Chat Mostly, you can use any payment link to donate. Yep, that's why I'm happy to say hi. That's Auntie. Yep, that was my doing. But thank you.
Okay. So tell me how after you can DM me on how to do it, because when I hit tip jar, it
Gotcha. Well, I got two more stories left. Did anybody want to add anything else about this woman that y'all don't like before we go to the next one?
God, no.
Well, all right, now let's get
Real
into some
quick,
white people news. Oh, huh. Go ahead, boo.
Uh-oh.
my thing is, if she's talking about you have to respect your mama and all that, well then stop going back and forth with your son and being disrespectful also.
Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah,
part.
that's grown man.
Because
When
just like
kids
what
no
Will
more.
said, honey, they always want to quote that scripture, honor your parents and stuff like that, but they always leave out the don't provoke your children to anger.
Like
And
Will said.
we've seen clearly that Blueface has been provoked several times by his mom.
And that's weird, and that's why everybody think that she want to be with her son because of how she acts like his wife or girlfriend, and that's weird.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a difference, right? Like for example, like my dad and me, right? Like his wife had said a couple of things like under her breath, like you guys act like you're married, and I'm like, because I want to check on my dad. Like that's not the same thing. Or we arguing, but that ain't got nothing to do with you. You know what I'm saying? So like he's gonna pick who he gonna pick to be with, and she gonna have to be okay with that. And there's a dynamic. There is a certain dynamic that you should have with your kid, especially when they're grown. If you're trying to help them and do all of that, then do that. But that shouldn't come with conditions, and that shouldn't come with his sister trying to fight his girlfriend and him knocking out
Mm-hmm.
her man's face through the ground. It's just all of that. And it starts with her. So she needs to get
Mm-hmm.
her shit together for real. And because she is the one who, like Will said, you're the one that birthed that family. You know what I'm saying? And just FYI, I don't like butt stuff, but I don't get pregnant either.
Well, some of us don't have many options. So-
I understand. I'm just saying, as a woman, like I get butt stuff. Cool, she should have. But if I don't like butt stuff, but you can make the choice to not have kids. You can. There are ways, and motherfuckers just don't choose not to. And then look where you end up because you want to hide in the bush and shit for your son, and but yet you want to help him to get a scholarship to fucking where? I cannot get over that. I hope that lady one day her Instagram just shuts down.
Mm-mm. Go ahead, favorite Taurus.
Well, Bianca, to be fair, she helped them get scholarships to get a GED, and they still failed.
Oh,
So
Not a scholarship for a
Talk
GED.
about it, Will. See what I'm saying? And you know what that is? That's a free bus ticket to jail. Like, come on, he can't even make it there. And so this is my thing. When he did get money and all of that, when he was at his prime, honey, you couldn't keep his name out of her mouth. My son, my son, my son, all this shit. Like, girl,
mm-hmm.
and now you want to talk all this shit and then you want to provoke him, like you guys said, because she has. We've witnessed it because we are all in the group chat, unfortunately, and it's crazy that they go live and it's like evidence and proof of the dysfunction is just incredible. And again, that starts with her and her whoever she procreated with, which I don't even, because even his daddy was trying to have some birthday for his grandson who wasn't even there.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And it's just a sad situation. It's just so sad.
and I also wanted to respond to Bianca's earlier point about she making the changes. I honestly believe it's entirely too late for that. Her children are grown. If anything, it's up to her sons now to break those generational curses so that it doesn't repeat onto their children. It
Which
could
they won't, because
right.
it's already happening. And I'm going to tell you, I feel so bad for Krishan's baby and his other two kids with whatever her name is, Jaden or whatever her name is. It's
Mm-hmm.
sad because at the end of the day, let me tell you one. I'm not going to lie. I was in the group chat for a while, right? When I left them alone was when he Blueface went live with his son. He was like maybe 5, 6 at the oldest, and he was telling him, if asking him if he was gay.
Yep.
When I tell you, it makes me want to cry. When I tell you that broke my heart. He didn't. First of all, he doesn't even know what that means because he asked him. He's like he was confused, and then the way his dad was talking to him, he realized, well, maybe he was talking to him as though it were a bad thing, but he did
Mm-hmm.
not understand what he was being asked. And it was just so disheartening, and I just felt so bad for that little boy. And then he was getting ready to leave, and didn't want Blueface to leave because he was like, mommy's mean to me when you're not here, because she's mad that that nigga ain't there, and she's taking it out on the kids. It's just so sad. Say, this is why I don't have kids. I can't. I can't. First of all, little me, I'd have to fuck that bitch up in the street. I can't. I just
That's
can't.
why
But
I
these
say,
kids are vulnerable and don't have no choice in the matter. It's just so sad. And Krishan's little baby, something's wrong with that little boy because she was drinking while she was pregnant. And they were saying that he had
Fetal
some type syndrome. Yeah, it's
fetal
just so,
alcohol syndrome.
oh
Yeah.
my God. It is so sad.
she
So
definitely
anyway,
taking
I
her
digress, but
medication.
I hope those kids just come out better human beings. That's all I can hope for.
And one
Well,
last thing before
mm,
I land the plane.
mm-hmm.
Uh, to that point, Bianca, usually when, especially black men, they do those things like that and question sexuality, the call is coming from inside the house every single time, and it is without fail. There is something within him that he may not have the language to, that he is either battling or doing outside of what the public knows. Uh, and so he's projecting it onto his child that is still developing. You know,
Mm, mm, mm.
Well, he's certainly in discovery mode now, I tell you that.
I
Oh,
mean,
he fucking in jail with that big old dick.
Yeah, he fucking honey. Allegedly, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Go ahead, Chili.
And I really hate to say this, but um, the fact that he's not around to be the father to the children, and he did not pick the best babies' mothers. These children are at a disadvantage just out the womb, and it's really sad. It's just so sad. They're pissed off. They may have had a baby for this man, thinking they're gonna get a check. He's making money, he's making music, and now look, they're stuck with children that they probably didn't even really want, allegedly, and I'm assuming a lot here, but a lot of women birth children for people who are famous or whatever in anticipation of living a easy lifestyle, and then when that doesn't happen, the child suffers. We're not talking
Hmm.
about all the smartest people in the world, for sure. He wasn't, and from what I've seen, I don't know this first baby's mother, but from what we've seen from Krishan, she ain't the sharpest knife in the drawer. So it's just it's a sad situation. The children are the ones that pay the price here.
Hmm.
Yes, indeed. Go ahead, favorite Taurus.
well, Chill. To be fair, she's not even a knife; she's a spoon.
I was good. You know what? Put your knife away with
Okay, sorry.
a
Honey,
spoon.
she ain't even that, honey. She is a
She's a
plastic trying to
she a
use.
spork. Oh my God. Yeah, I feel sorry for
Google.
all of the kids, every single one of them.
Oh yeah, it's all bad.
Well, and like he said, we as much as we would love for these kids to break generational curses, break generational curses, we can't expect them to do something they don't know how to do. Like, look at what they're being taught. Look at the examples they have. So,
It could happen, but when you are at such a disadvantage, I mean, the likelihood is slim. I mean, kids have done it,
hmm
broken those curses, and gone on to become better than what their circumstances would indicate. But for the most part, you fall into the same pitfalls and holes and setbacks that you're used to in your life, and you just can't escape it. And then you have children and you pass that on and on and on.
Hmm.
It's a terrible cycle.
yes, indeed. Go ahead, favorite Taurus.
And you know what? I really hope it doesn't stop with us, meaning millennials. So I may be a little bit biased or have the most visibility because that's where I identify. But however, I'm seeing many, not all, because I'm still dumb as fuck, but many of us are breaking those curses. And as we're seeing when it comes to education of these newer generations, they can't read, lack of rational thinking. My fear is that it would stop with us, you know. And I'm hoping that's not the case, or it may skip a couple generations until things get better for them to break those curses. Right? It's not looking too bright out outside of the millennials being the last to do so. So I hope that's not the case, though.
It's honey. Unfortunately, I think it is the case, and I hate to sound like a Darnell Downer because I'm nobody's Debbie, but I hate to sound like a Darnell Downer, honey. But it stopped with us. Like once you remember, No Child Left Behind was introduced, when we were in school, like when we were in when I was in high school. So for that, and then they are literally making no, especially with the current administration, they are taking away as much money as they can from public education. So these kids don't stand a chance. So,
Hmm.
unfortunately, I think it is stopping with us, and it's by design.
And
Uh,
they're having kids, and they can't teach the help the kids with the homework, and the cycle of poor education has really
mhm,
multiplied since that time. Because a lot of people in your group have had children. So if
mhm.
you grow up just being passed along, can't read, you know, what are you passing along to your child when they come home with homework? They don't do it, or you don't help them, or they just get passed along. My baby about to graduate, can't even fucking read. Come on now.
They can't read. They can't. You remember I told y'all about my cousins who I found out they can't count change.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
Nope. It's really
Uh,
well,
messed up.
I mean,
It's messed up.
what Chill said, the dumbing down of America um, has really started to manifest big time. There's no reason induction skills. There's no um, critical thinking. None of that. They don't know how to do their address. I forgot. Like we used to learn. I was teaching them something like the address because they don't do anything where they have to learn their address or like how to set up a letter or any of those things. They took away cursor. People are like, well, do they really need to? Yeah, it's giving their brain pathways, and but they're taking all of these critical things away, and these kids are just as dumb as rocks half the time. And the parent has to
mhm.
be involved to make sure that their kid learns these different things because they're not being taught. I remember learning how to set up a letter, how to mail things, like just learning,
Yep.
and they don't do any of that.
We have we're gonna have some interesting times in the future. I tell you that.
Well, starting now, yeah, I don't know what it's gonna look like. Mm-mm. I hope y'all got your passports. Make sure you get your passports as soon as you can.
Oh, girl, and
No
hold
doubt.
that thought, honey, because that's gonna be for our last story, honey. Why we need passports because
Where they
because
going?
two of our favorite celebrities, honey, they're getting the fuck up out of here allegedly. But
Mm-mm.
before I talk about them, let's just talk about some white people news really quick. And y'all remember the last time we talked about this couple, Scott Wolf, and then I'm sorry, what was the name? Scott, sorry. It was Kelly Wolf, Scott Wolf and Kelly Wolf, and how they were getting a divorce, and then it looked like it was gonna be a really messy divorce and stuff. It's getting messier.
Oh, that's my party of five guy, right?
Yep, uh-huh. And then remember his wife was on ex-wife was on sorry, I think my mic just went out.
It
But
did.
that five got moon, and his wife was on the real world. So, and I knew it went out because I just tried to share this link and it looked like it didn't go through. But let me see. I have this link from People. Girl, why is you giving me fever, honey?
Ain't nothing happening.
Okay. Good Lord. Well, something's happening. My nerves is getting worked. I tell you that. Let me stop.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Okay. Well, it looks like I'm trying to post the link, but it's not posting. So
Yeah,
let
it
me just
is.
Go
It's
ahead and
posted.
read this people. Oh, okay. Awesome, awesome. Well, y'all should see here by way of people, Scott Wolf's wife, Kelly Wolf, arrested on electronic harassment charge amid post doxing actor exposing daughter's text. So she's doing a lot, honey. So Kelly Wolf was arrested in the late hours of Tuesday, August 26th, on suspicions of electronic communication harassment and electronic disclosure of personal identifying information. The real world New Orleans star, who's 48, who is currently going through a contentious divorce with husband Scott Wolf, was detained at her rented home in Summit County, Utah. She's currently being held at the Summit County Jail, a public information officer tells People. No formal charges have been filed at this point, and she has yet to go before a judge, which means no bail has been set. It's unclear if she has obtained legal counsel. Electronic harassment, also referred to as cyber harassment or online harassment, is the repeated use of electronic communication to target an individual with threatening, intimidating, or harmful behavior. This may include sending persistent unwanted messages, sharing private information without consent, or publishing false and damaging statements. In some cases, it also involves the electronic disclosure of personal identifying information, often called doxing, where details such as addresses, phone numbers, or financial records are shared without authorization. Such conduct is often intended to cause fear, distress, or anxiety. In many jurisdictions, they may fall under harassment, privacy laws, stalking, or similar criminal statutes, making the poster subject to arrest and prosecution. Prior to being taken to jail, Kelly had shared about her arrest on Instagram stories. The police are at my house to arrest me. I have no idea why, she wrote in part. Deputy Norton said I must comply and I will. I am not suicidal. I'm no danger to anyone. I have done nothing, she added. I am so scared, so confused. But it's Kelly's Instagram post that appeared to have contributed to her arrest. Over the past few days, she's been sharing a series of increasingly confrontational posts aimed at doxing friends and family members, including Scott, who's 57, while also posting a stream of insults and allegations against them. Some of those posts have included communication with the 3 minor children she shares with Scott. In addition to contributing to the online harassment, those posts all appear to go against the latest temporary stipulated agreement between Kelly and Scott. Signed by a Utah judge on Tuesday and reviewed by People. The document, an update of a previous decision from July 15th, which was first filed August 22nd following an August 4th review hearing, contains a social media and press gag order for Scott and Kelly to not post about one another, their marriage, their children, or their divorce. The estranged pair are also barred from making disparaging remarks about the other parent to the children, either verbally or in writing. Kelly and Scott share sons Jackson, Miller, and Lucy. The couple were married for 21 years before she announced they were parting ways in June. He filed for divorce on June 10th. Per the agreement, the Party of Five actor has temporary sole physical custody of their kids and temporary decision making authority. Kelly has liberal supervised parenting time, which includes 3 permitted supervised video or phone calls per week. She is allowed to respond if her children initiate additional contact. As for the publishing of false and damaging statements, which is a core element of electronic communication harassment, Scott alleged to People in an August 15th statement that Kelly claims of abuse, which she has made both online and in several 911 calls reviewed by People, were completely baseless and incredibly dangerous. He also provided text messages in which Kelly appeared to have told Scott that she planned to make claims against him in an effort to create more urgency to get the kids back, or at least get back joint custody. She wrote in the messages that Scott had made me into a villain after her dismissed restraining order on July 19th, and that the only way she could fight back was to produce claims that are either the same as yours or greater. And I don't think we need to really read the rest of this. It's just them going back and forth with each other. But this is getting messy, 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 y'all. And she pretty much is being arrested for not keeping her mouth shut on their Instagram. So they say share the link in the chat and maybe someone with the mic can post it. Okay, yeah, I'll do that. And then if one of y'all can copy and paste that link and share it to the Jumbotron, I would greatly appreciate it. But yeah, y'all. So y'all see, like I said, this is getting messy, messy, messy. And we see Scott really didn't say pretty much anything, but honey, Kelly keep running her mouth. But then now she's arrested. She want to act like she's black and say, "Oh, well, I'm not suicidal. So if anything happens, I'm like, girl, bye. You're not that important to." But okay, that's that on that. Does anybody want to add anything else to these white people news before we go to the last story? Ooh. All right. Well, our last story. Remember, I told y'all to put a pin in that moving story because two of our favorite celebrities, honey, it looks like they asses might be moving out the US and over across the pond to the UK. But Beyonce and Jay-Z, honey, they leaving us. They about to leave us for dead, honey. Oh, and it looks like the same thing is happening with this link. So if one of you could please copy and paste this into the Jumbotron. Thank you. And you all should see, and as soon as I find out which slide this is, I can show y'all what I'm looking at on my screen.
Looks like the other one didn't post either.
Oh, it's slide 14. Thank you, favorite Taurus. Well, anyway, so I have this hot new hip hop article that y'all see. You should see where it says Jay-Z and Beyonce reportedly sealing deal on 58 acres of land to build countryside getaway in Cotswolds. Cotswolds. I think that's how you say it. So Jay-Z and Beyonce are looking to find a place to unwind and decompress from the stresses of California. According to a close source of The Mirror, the couple's close friend says they've been eyeing to establish roots elsewhere after the devastating LA wildfires. The wildfires have given them a good reason to look outside of Los Angeles to build new bases. They will also be based in LA, but the UK is on the agenda. Beyonce loves the UK because they support everything she does. This has been in the works since the start of this summer, per another insider. In the past week, the couple flew between her London gigs to view a 58-acre plot of land, they said in June. Said acres aren't on the market anymore now, suggesting it's a done deal as of yesterday, August 25th, well, the other day rather. The power couple has plans to build this relaxing getaway home in the countryside of central southwest England. The region is called Cotswolds and it's nestled in the country of Oxfordshire. Over the years, it's become a trendy spot for celebrities who want to live in a quainter environment. The aforementioned insider shares that J&B's plot is located close to friends Ellen DeGeneres and Portia de Rossi. Moreover, with Simon Cowell and the Beckhams as neighbors, she felt it would be a great she would I'm sorry, she felt it would be an ideal UK home for her family away from the city where they're in when they're in the country. At the time of writing, the price that the music icon settled on remains unavailable. However, the Mirror was able to acquire sketches of what the vacation home will look like. As as seen above, it's described as a spectacular rural estate with seamless indoor outdoor living, combining timeless materials with contemporary architecture. Additionally, is meticulously designed to integrate with natural landscape. The property offers a striking architectural statement, blending contemporary style with sustainable building practices. Jay-Z and Beyonce also reportedly have permission for a lake and woodlands. In terms of what it's close to, the village of Great Two is minutes away. That's where their aforementioned celebrity pals are located. Moreover, private members club, Soho Farmhouse, and Farm Shop Dalesford Organic are within reach too. The purchase follows their record-breaking estate acquisition in 2023. In May, they bought a 30,000 square foot mansion in Malibu for $200 million. So yeah, they said they might leave us for dead, honey. But I'm
Yeah,
sorry, looks
trying
like
to
Apple
leave
TV
us for
offices
dead.
plan on
I don't
beige.
blame them.
Listen, hey, if you got the funds to do so, honey. I mean, if I had as much money as Beyonce and Jay Z, my heirs would be looking to set up shop elsewhere too.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I was teasing and saying like they were looking to move over there, but from what this article says, they're just looking to have like a home for when they're over in the UK across the pond, but they're still going to be based out of LA allegedly. So that's that on that. But in long story short, get them passports together so we can go over Beyonce and Jay Z's new house, and they go look. They got permission to put in a lake and woodlands, honey. Yes, let's go, honey. And we might have to sneak in because you know Julius ass ain't having that, honey. He'll beat our asses and throw us into the next town. But we can still try. Well, y'all, that was all the tea that I had for us today. So before we head out and before I go and watch the rest of my stories, did any of you have any tea that you want to share or any tea that I might have missed? Oh, go ahead, favorite Taurus.
Did y'all talk about Tamar today?
Child, no, no, we did not.
Well, remember when she allegedly had the alleged incident with her alleged pool of blood and her alleged teeth missing?
Yes.
Well, as it turns out, high probability it was a publicity stunt for her new EP.
Oh,
Yeah.
come on now.
Mm-hmm.
It was indeed. I saw that and I just shook my head, honey.
And see, I I follow Tamar on social media as well, and I saw some of her stories on the Instagrams, and one of them in turn mentioned her cousin Vinny, aka her ex husband Vince, and it implied they were in the kitchen. And as you can see, if you look at the post and you play it, it's them in the kitchen. And so Funky Dineva, which is one of Tamar's alleged friend, probably ex friends by now, um, came forward and said that there was nothing wrong with her. And he did it's like a 30-minute video. I posted it here in the event. If anyone is so inclined and wants to view it, I'll put it here as well. But yeah, it is so disappointing, you know, to not be able to believe or even support anything that she does because she's always pulling a stunt somewhere.
That's ridiculous.
You know? And so also, and he brings up. I watched the video and Funky Dynamic brings up a very interesting point, especially for the gays, black gays in particular, who have straight female friends. Like we have to be very careful that we're not being used as accessories in this whole thing. Because if I'm not mistaken, it's also alleged that Funky Dineva may be supposedly the person that kind of drugged her, or it's alluded that he drugged her or something of the sort. Nothing has been confirmed, so I don't want to put that out there. So I'll say allegedly. But yeah, it's I hate to say I was right. No, I don't. But I was right.
That is
Hey,
nasty. Nasty work.
and I remember this distinctly. Will was the only one in here because I was like, oh, well, because I had an event where I fainted and I woke up and
Right?
Will was the only one who kept saying, look, y'all, this girl is a stunt queen. I don't believe a word is coming out of her mouth. And now look.
Yeah.
I,
Fuck
I
her
don't
album.
understand.
In the
Why don't
words
you
of I
feel
chill,
embarrassed?
mm-mm,
Why don't you feel embarrassed by this behavior?
mm-mm.
Exactly. I'm with you,
No
Moon.
way.
Like you should be embarrassed. Like this. I actually saw this in real time, Will, because I thought me and Funky Dineva are friends on Facebook. So I saw that post that I was like, oh, oh, because that was how I actually got that's how I knew that she made an EP. Well, I saw what he posted. And he posted that I want to say sometime maybe around maybe 9, 10 o'clock last night. And I was like,
Mm.
oh, so I said I was gonna see, what happens more. And I'm certainly gonna watch that video because I watch Funky Dineva anyway. But I'm certainly gonna watch to see what he has to say about this. But yeah, a lot of people were saying, "Oh, Funky, you are a terrible friend. Something was really wrong with her. She fainted." He was like, "Listen, I was there and I didn't see anything wrong with Tamar. I'm just telling y'all what I saw." And sure enough, this was all a stunt.
Well, Tamar, you definitely don't have my support. I don't care how good your album may be, it won't be. But I will not be supporting it because this here is egregious.
That is egregious.
hmm Go ahead, favorite Taurus.
And to be fair, she hasn't had a good vocal since her first album, so there's that as well.
No, no, wait a minute now.
Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm,
You
mm-mm.
know,
That's my line, Will.
Mm-mm.
because she made it do what it do on Calling All Hearts. Now we may not like the girl, but she sings that she certainly has vocal moments.
She can sing, but the antics, the
Moments.
antics are too much.
Moments. Few and
Moments.
far between
Drama
moments.
queen,
Well,
drama queen.
I can't support this mess, so no.
I'm with my tether. I can't. We don't do that.
I'm with you, girl. You should could have said it's like I'm extra horny or something. Like something, make it fun. And like, but no, you want to sit there and act like you done fainted. You got blood, woke up in a pool of blood around you, girl. Had people were, and sure enough, Will was like, listen, this shit is a stunt. And we didn't want to listen.
I was in the bucket of, well,
Mm. No, my
she
favorite line,
lived
I
that life.
told you so. I told you so.
I love that one.
Hmm. Told you so. Hmm.
You did.
But she one of them. She like to keep mess kicked up and running her mouth. Yeah, she's not. I don't particularly care for her. Never really have.
This is not a stunt. This is ignorance, is what it is.
Yep.
Mhm. That-
Well, thank you for bringing up Tamar's ignorance, favorite Taurus. Did anybody have any other tea that I might have missed that they want to talk about? All right. Well, y'all, thank you for taking time out of your busy day to come and sip tea with me. I,
Yeah, damn. Oh, Auntie.
and I'm so busy. I have errands, and I will have some errands I have to run tomorrow before, and I won't be able to have a show.
Auntie.
So,
Wait, what? Wait, we lost you. We lost the whole section.
oh dang, y'all lost the whole. I was sitting there talking about because I'm auntie and I'm so busy. I may not have a show tomorrow because I have some
Okay.
errands I have to run.
Of course,
You
and
could
it's
have
so
went.
important. And he has things to do. You have
You
time.
can.
We have to
You can go
wait.
back to
Maybe
being polite.
Friday. I
That
don't
type
know
of
if I'm not busy. You have a show on Friday. Then I'm
So
no one
Friday,
cut
well,
out.
definitely we will not have one because I will be on the road. We're going to be celebrating my Virgo Queens, my mom's birthday over the
Oh,
weekend.
hey,
Guess same for the
hey.
workout too.
Yep,
Tell
same for the
tell
workout. So
Mama we
I
said happy
imagine
birthday.
I sure will. I imagine I'm going to be back on Tuesday.
Mm.
Um,
Oh, oh.
Tuesday of next week. Oh, I sound like Tamisha Iman. The way I'm going to read your ass on Tuesday. But y'all, don't forget, you can even hit up our email while we're gone, while we're away at auntie@auntiederek.com. But in the meantime, I hope you all have a fabulous rest of your day.
Mm-hmm.
Bye,
Mm-hmm.
everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Mm-hmm.